Hello, everyone. Welcome to Retro Thursday. I hope you're doing well. It has been kind of a rainy week here. Like every day this week, it's been like thundering and raining, particularly in the mornings. Afternoons, have not been as bad. But yeah, it's been a stormy week. Hey, it happens. It's summer. Just trying to get it in while it still can, I reckon. All right. So, once again, we're playing around with overlays, trying to find something uh, that we want to stick with. And so I've been fooling around with this one. This one is called Prime, and I can't remember if I where I got it from. It was either Nerd or Die or the Ohm 3D or something like that. Those are the two I usually bounce between. Sometimes I use stuff from Streamlabs. I prefer free stuff, of course, but every now and then I might purchase some. This is one that I've purchased. I can't remember how much it was. Probably on sale though. I don't want to spend a lot of money on overlays that you know you may not use permanently. It might be fine to spend a fortune if you're going to use it on a more long-term basis. But anyways, so I had to do some adjustments and add some stuff and whatnot. I really would like for there to be a border around like the webcam and the intro video from earlier, sort of like around the chat box here. To look over there, I got to remember my camera mirrored or whatever. But if I was to flip it and unlock it, this one. If I flip it, and then it's a little bit easier. So chat box over here. The only downfall is if I have anything with writing, it's going to be backwards. I can have my fingers in the right place, but my writing is going to be backwards. Like my shirt, it says Yagi Do, but it looks like Do, however you would say that. So depends on what you want, right? Okay, so let's see. We are playing Final Fantasy 9. Prior in the week, we played three different other games. We played Chained Echoes yesterday. And if you missed it, there should still be video here on Twitch. Uh, if not, I got a playlist over on YouTube. Feel free to check it out. Same thing with Fallout 4 and Oblivion. I was multi-streaming, and the pro of that was obviously, you have access to two platforms and more people, so you can reach more people and hopefully grow. But I was having some connection issues. On several occasions, the stream would get disconnected and then restart, and I would have to edit all the information and add like part one and part two. That way, people know which one to watch first. It's just kind of annoying. You don't want to have your stream interrupted or disconnected. Um, so I'm not 100% sure if it's a PC issue because I do have an older PC, uh, GTX 1060 or something along that line. It's an older iBuy power computer, and I know sometimes I have issues with OBS crashing and doing things, amongst other things. It's harder to play newer games. I've been downloading them on PlayStation 5 because, as sad as it is, apparently the PlayStation 5 can handle it more than my computer can. Go figure. But so I've been doing remote play, particularly for Oblivion, because Oblivion won't work on my computer, at least not the remaster. And Fallout 4, I can play Fallout 4 on my computer. The Fallout 4 I have on my computer is heavily modded, and even though I can play it pretty much without any problems offline, if I try to stream it lots of times there's crashing and problems. It doesn't get along with OBS for some reason, particularly with the mods. And there's a lot of cool mods and whatnot. And so at some point we might try it again. I'll have to fool around and make sure it works. But I wanted to do a playthrough with no mods. So I figured since, the options of mods for PlayStation was kind of slim, that it would be easier to do a playthrough on the PlayStation with no mods. That being said, I am using Creation Club items that I had purchased. It's not a whole lot, handful. So that's the only thing that I'm using on that playthrough. So I don't know if the connection issues is the computer or the internet. I do have fiber internet, believe it or not. Upload is usually up there above 300, as well as download. But and that's on a wired connection. That's what my PC is. Although the PlayStation downstairs is wireless, not have a wired connection, because that's how they kind of designed it when they built the house. Everything is kind of designed to focus on Wi-Fi nowadays. I don't understand why. Guess they figure people are not going to be doing what I'm doing. People are, should be fine on a Wi-Fi connection, and that's not always the case. Basically, the way that the internet company, which is Focus, was doing it in this neighborhood. I live in a community, unfortunately an HOA community, but I made the mistake. But anyways, the way they were setting it up was there was no internet jacks anywhere in the house. There's, of course, electrical outlets, and there was some coaxial. So I was assuming that that would also be your internet, but it's not. That's only if you're doing cable or satellite TV. So when the Focus guy came, he basically, what they wanted to do was set up the modem and router and all that stuff in the garage. They wanted to hook all the outside stuff outside the garage on the side of the house, run it through the wall into the garage, and have your modem and all that stuff hanging in the garage, and then operate everything on Wi-Fi. I don't know who came up with that idea. I don't think it's the best of ideas. For one, you got to worry about interference and stuff like that. Sometimes walls can be a pain in the ass with internet signals, especially if you're wanting internet on another floor, which I have two-story house. And so, I kind of explained my situation that, I do broadcasting. I need a wired connection upstairs in my closet. This is my closet, my office, and my closet, which the closet didn't even have an electrical outlet. Why would you put an electrical outlet in your closet, right? Well, the apartment we stayed at prior to here did. But anyways, so an electrician come in, add an electrical outlet, and the internet guy, what he had to do is he connect his outside stuff on the wall like he originally planned, ran it into the garage, and luckily my closet is above the garage. So then he brought it up through the ceiling of the garage and into the closet and put the modem and all that stuff in the closet. That's how we wired my computer, but the rest of the house is all wireless. So PlayStation 5 does not have as stable of a connection as my PC does, so it's probably not getting all the stuff. So I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with it, why the connection was being broken or whatever and losing the stream. So I'm testing to see if we just focus on one platform, if it won't be as bad, because it's not requiring as much, I guess. So far, we haven't had any problems, but Chained Echoes yesterday, I played off the PC, not off of remote play. So I haven't tried it with remote play yet. So we'll find that out next week. because today we're also playing Final Fantasy IX off the PC, so I can't really test the whole remote play thing. But in the meantime, I will be uploading the videos over to YouTube. The one thing I've noticed is I have it set when the stream ends that the video, is on the platforms. But the quality of the video that's saved on my computer is a little bit better than the quality of the videos that's uploaded on the platform. So, that being said, by doing it this way, I can upload a better quality video to YouTube than what was doing it before. We'll see how it goes. Also, I'm going to experiment at some point here a little bit with TikTok. They have a live streaming thing now too, and I'm kind of doing it on a trial basis because I don't have 1,000 followers yet. Kind of crazy they don't let you go live unless you have 1,000 followers. But they give you a little trial. You got to use their studio, and because I guess it's a trial, I don't have the options to use like OBS to do it with. I have to do their particular studio, which is very basic and a little buggy. For example, I'm not sure if you've tried it yet, but if you want a chat overlay, okay, or like what I got over here, chat box, uh, they have their own chat box that they offer you, and so you can set it up, and you'll see a little grayed out outline box on your screen on TikTok Studio. Same thing with alert. You want to have alerts, right? You got a new follower, blah blah blah, and so they have their alerts. And once again, it shows a little gray box outline so you can see where you've put them on your studio screen. I'm like, okay. Problem, bug. I wanted to see what it looked like on like, so it's smaller on the studio screen. When you record, you can put it in full screen. I wanted to kind of see what it would look like, testing it out, whatnot. So I recorded, and when I looked at the recording, obviously I didn't have anybody in the chat, and I didn't have any new followers or anything. But those outline of the boxes for the chat and the alerts showed up on the recording, even though there was nothing there. It's just a gray box, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, and it looks awful. You have something blocking your screen permanently, and it really should not appear on the screen. It should only appear when you have a new follower or somebody's chatting. But there's no option on TikTok Studio to do that, to make it disappear. It's just permanently showing on there. So it's kind of like my option is just to remove them from the screen and just kind of pay attention to the little chat window they give you to the side of your studio stuff. So in other words, there won't be anything across the screen saying "Thank you for following." It will be on my chat, and I'll have to make sure I catch it and say, "Hey, thank you for following," because they haven't quite figured that out yet, like OBS has and some of the other software you can use. Hopefully, they will figure it out. Whether maybe it's kind of new to them, I don't know. The whole game streaming and PC streaming, because TikTok was all geared for this. You go live on your phone. Not too many people are going live on their PC, except a lot of people who are doing like what I'm doing, playing games. They're not very good games on phones. I have not had a lot of luck with games on phones like Final Fantasy. Some people can play Final Fantasy on their phones. My phone never has enough memory or storage space, so it's like I could play games like Bejeweled, little rinky dink games like that, but Final Fantasy, no. So I'd like to be able to stream, play those games on the PC. It's a little bit easier than messing around with a tiny little phone. So I think TikTok's still working that out. I think I don't know what they're doing honestly, but I'm hoping that they'll fix their studio a little bit and lower their requirements. 1,000 followers just to go live is crazy. I know YouTube, you had to have 1,000 subscribers to monetize. It's the same thing as followers. Um, Twitch was 75. I think it was 50. 75 or 50 followers to monetize as affiliate. And then YouTube later changed it where they had kind of like a tier thing, sort of like affiliate and partner. So now you can start monetizing at 500 subscribers, which we're still not there yet. We are on Twitch. Um, Obviously, if it's 50 or 75, we're at 154 followers. So yeah, we're monetized on Twitch because it was a little bit easier. YouTube it requires a little bit more. Besides your average watch hours, you have to have at least 500 followers. And then TikTok, to do anything, you have to have 1,000 followers. Want to go live? 1,000 followers. You want to have a clickable link on your profile, like for your social media, got to have 1,000 followers. Kind of crazy. I think they need to reduce that. Um, for one, some people might get more followers if you allow them to go live, and just being able to have a clickable link on a profile, it shouldn't be any requirements for that at all, in my opinion. But what do I know? So, anyways, we're gonna try it out because I've been scrolling on TikTok and I've been running into a lot of people playing games that I do, and so I'm like, well, let's give it a try. See how it could go. So maybe we'll do that at some point. I just got to find the time, which is not easy to do when you're a father of 3 kids. I got 3 kids, 10-year-old, 7-year-old, almost 2-year-old, and she's already at her terrible twos. And then I got a dog that I got to take care of as well, and a house while my wife is at work. So schedules are not always easy to be consistent with because I got to work around everybody else's schedules. Plus, I run a business, so I got to work around that schedule as well. So I'm doing the best I can. um, that's my 2-year-old. If you can hear her, she's sort of singing, although you can't really understand what she's saying at the moment. But sometimes she sings along with the TV, and you can understand what she's saying. She's starting to learn more and more words. Um, she's picking up names. You can say my other daughter's name, say the dog's name. Kind of cute. We'll occasionally go for a walk around the community. Every time she hears a dog bark, she'll go, Bella. That's the name of our dog. Bella. I'm like, no, that's not Bella. And then she started saying, I love you and good night. And she blows kisses and whatnot. It's adorable. But then she makes a mess and then you're like, ah. Sour Patch Kids. We talked about this on another stream. That's how kids are. Okay? They're all Sour Patch Kids. Every single one of them. They'll do something bad, and then they'll do something sweet afterwards, and you can't stay mad at them. Matter of fact, my other daughter is just calling me. Give me just a second. All right, let's go to the game. So I'm kind of tossing around different game overlays here. So we have full screen, which looks like that. and it fills up the whole screen, obviously full screen, and then I got my webcam right there. I was using green screen, which, eliminates the size, and, you got the background of the game behind you instead of your background. Uh, but because I'm in a closet, I have to constantly take my green screen up and down, change the settings around. The lighting changes in the room, which, messes with the settings, and it's hard to get it just right. So sometimes I get tired of dealing with it, so I'm not using it at the moment. If I can ever get to a point where I can have like a permanent studio where I don't have to move things around, that would be great. I don't see that anytime soon though. So we're kind of doing it this way at the moment. Downfall with this is obviously it takes up part of the screen. It blocks your view of certain things, and when you play a turn-based old school game, sometimes you really have no room for your webcam. You're going to be blocking something. So as an alternative, and I've seen a lot of streamers do similar, we also have this overlay here. Okay. So the pros and cons of this is the biggest con is the game display is obviously smaller. It's not full screen. Okay. This is the biggest I could get it at the moment. But my webcam is out of the way. The chat is available and out of the way. And then I got my event list that shows who all's following and whatnot. That's there. And then my goals at the bottom are there. And none of it is covering up the game. So you can clearly see the game, which right now you see my desktop. There's the game. You can clearly see the game without anything being on top of it. So I'm kind of tossed between this and full screen because I like the fact with this I can put more stuff for y'all to see and not take up, the game display. The only downfall, like I said, is the size. So, please let me know how you feel about it. Give me your opinion. I am open to suggestions. After all, part of the reason why I'm here doing it is you. I'm trying to help entertain you and share some nostalgia with you as well. And not to mention the communication, networking, community, and whatnot. And we are in the ad break, so most of you, if you're watching, you're probably not hearing unless you're watching this as a recording, because we are now in an ad break for a minute. So unless you are subscribed, you're not hearing a word I am saying while I'm live. But maybe on the recording. Okay? So just let me know in the chat, or feel free to join the Discord and make a comment on the Discord what you think about the overlays and which one you prefer, full screen or this way. All right. We're going to start off at least playing it this way, and then we'll see how it goes. Turn on music, sound. I'm going to turn mine down a little bit. Please let me know how the volume is, because your volume is a little bit different than mine. Turn my controller on here. Alright, so there's the group we're using at the moment. Are we working on any? We did just recently get some new equipment, so this weapon is stronger, but it's ugly hell. It's like cow skulls. I'm like, why would you use it as a weapon? I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this particular weapon. But we're learning some new abilities. So in this particular Final Fantasy, you learn your abilities from your gear, and not from experience, not from going up levels or buying them in the store like some other Final Fantasy. Alright, so she has pretty much learned everything that she can at the moment. We did find a place that sold some good gear. That's where we kind of got this stuff from. I'm thinking that we probably still need some more stuff. I'll have to go look. Alright, so this one teaches us magic 20%. Since we've already completed Garnet, we'll do that. Auto float, I don't really care about that. We're not going to waste our time on that. Healer. Does he really need healer? Alright, we got 10,000 gold. We're in Alexandria at the moment. I figured try to do a little backtracking, see if, you know, there's any extra stuff that we can run into. We go on the roofs. And the kingdom is kind of destroyed. They're not even letting me get to the stairs. Nope. Kind of interesting that the inn was about the only place that was really spared. The rest of the stuff is ruined. Let's go to the castle. I don't know if there's anything new at the castle. Sometimes you don't know until you explore, right? I like to start by rebuilding the kitchen. I bet you would. You can't go through the main gate. Yes, I'm working. Okay? He's working. Knights of Pluto did a great job evacuating the citizens. We managed to come out of this with very few casualties. I want to get the tower fixed as soon as possible. I get my daily exercise there. I'm going to write a book about the rebuilding of Alexandria. We can go this way. This is going to be one heck of a cleanup job. Yeah, it is. I have no idea how to even begin. One stone at a time. You'll probably finish in a few years. You can reach the harbor by riding the Neptune statue. Gotta admit, that's kind of neat. On the water. There's no ships available for boarding at this time. Access is restricted. Really? But I'm the hero. You know, it's kind of funny when you think about it. Especially in the older school RPGs. They know you're the hero, they call you a hero. You know, your task is to defeat the demon lord or whatever. Travel all over the map and help people out. But if you want stronger gear, you want healing items, if you want to stay at the inn, you gotta pay for it. It's like, this, not for me, the world's gonna end. And you're charging me. It's like, you think that you should support me and let me have it for free, you know? Otherwise the world's gonna end. It's also kind of funny, you know, you walk around and you're technically stealing from people, checking their, you know, dressers and opening treasure chests in their house and whatnot. Let's see here. Where was that place that I went to that had the stronger gear? That was... That was it right there. I think one improvement that this has over the other Final Fantasies, and they haven't really done it with the newer ones, is now that we have the airship, I can click on a location on the map and it will automatically take me there. Not fast travel, because as you can see, you know, it's not a loading screen or whatnot, but it's neat. I think one thing they could have probably worked on a little bit more was the camera is not all that great in this game compared to some of the other Final Fantasies. I feel so restricted in being able to see certain things because of the way the camera is. I guess at some point I need to equip the other guys with what I bought them. Alright, let's go to the synthesis shop over here. See what he can do for me. Alright, we already got that one. You got one for her for that. I've got one equipped, but I could use another one. already have one of those. 3 of those. Reflect ring. Raise the strength. That's all it says, combat boots. That's what I really want. There's the thieves' glove. 50,000. I got the materials, I just need the money. Oh, wrong button. Gonna do that. So I need Gaia gear again. If I can get one for Echo. Done with the demon vest anyways. Oh, flare. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Definitely. Alright, let's go back and buy another Gaia gear so we can get a white robe for Echo. Oh, I don't have the money. You definitely don't want to sell that. In this, I'm trying to keep as much as possible. One, for abilities, but also because you might have to synthesize something. If you sell it, then you won't have it to synthesize. Ah, I sold too many. It would be nice if it told you how many of those items you already had. Like that, where it says items needed, if it would also tell me how many you own. The only way to check would be like, okay, if I want the promised ring, I need a chimera armlet and a ruby. You have to close out. You would have to go to your, and you hit the right buttons. Go to your item list and scroll down. All right, what was all that I needed? I know I needed a ruby. What was the other thing? Chimera armlet. I got 2 of those. How many rubies do I have? I only have 1 ruby, so I don't want to use that ruby. I need it for something else. I'm not 100% if I need it for something else or not, so I need another ruby before I can do that. Alright, we are going to equip party members, or not in our party. So the obelisk is weaker, but it gives her Cherry Blossom initiative. Oh, lose magic to gain magic defense. Gives her a little bit more stat. Lose some defense, magic defense. She's already got a promised ring. I'll hold off on that. Alright, so the glutton robe gives her auto regen, so she doesn't really need this. Here, she doesn't really need that now. Working on Kiraga. A Suna for the fairy fleet. We might have to do some leveling up here. I mean, that's what she had to begin with. Holy! Working on ribbon. Well, you know what time it is? Dragon fighting time. Dragon killer would be a good one for fighting the dragon, right? He's still on Noi auto regen. However, you could probably take level up off. He has pretty high level. Let's see. I don't have the dragon killer for him. Probably do the antibody. Don't get the venom. Maybe acid. All right. Not too far away. Alright, our health is okay, but we want to save it. Alright, now with this dragon, it's very important to have Ina, or whatever her name, in the party. Because we're going to use death on the dragon and kill it with one blow. Otherwise, it's a lot tougher to fight. We get the cat, then we make more money. So it's like experience, we want the dragon, money, we want the cat. There's the cat. Cat wants a diamond, but I don't have a diamond. Ouch. But you get a decent amount of money for one enemy. Probably should. Beautiful. And it is, drumroll, the dragon. We learned Kiraga. Woohoo! Now, that being said, Fairy Flute is weaker, but we want a Suna, so we're going to equip that so we can get a Suna. Ha 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 ha. Bye-bye. How to read any cut. Raises defense, but lowers magic evasion. We're going to keep the hairpin for now. There he is. That's a good hit. Holy's pretty bad. Miss me. I'm gonna use a tent, replenish mostly magic points. Zidane, he doesn't really use magic, so we have MP, is it MP killer or something? MP attack, MP attack, so that he uses his magic points to increase his attack power. Makes sense since he doesn't really use magic. Why would let the magic points go to waste? Downside is it depletes the magic points. and he'll start hitting weaker. He's back. These are the skills that he has. You know, I'm a little annoyed about how they did the summons in this. So you don't see the whole thing. It gives you a short version, and it's like, is there a way to turn that off? I'd like to see the whole summon. That's the point of summoning something, is seeing what you summoned, right? But I haven't found an option for this. Controls are custom, cursor, wait, battle camera, auto, skip battle camera. And that's been told me. We'll turn it on. Skip battle camera. I had it off. Doesn't really tell you what it does. We want to run. Your icon, no color, classic, vibration, controls, tutorial, and how you end. Alright, so you would think that if this was it, saying on would skip it, but it's been skipping with it off, so I don't know. We'll turn it on and see if there's any difference in combat. Everybody's health was okay. I think I know what it did. The camera doesn't move. It just goes straight to where you are. As far as I'm aware, I have no setting that has anything to do with that. We got a ways to go. He's done, but I need her for death. She's almost done. With the promise ring. Wow, my daughter's really yelling in there. Excited about something. The dragon. Got one more to go there. Body temp. Body temp. Auto potion. We'll finish with the ribbon soon. I wonder, do I have to have Zidane in the party, or could I take him out of the party? Getting some money too. I might be able to get that thieves armlet thing. Alright, she got Medine. Healer. Healer. Auto float. Really need healer. It only gives us, it's only 20. Shouldn't take too long to get it. Let me see if we can switch Zidane out. If that's the case, we can level up somebody else. Nope, he has to be in the party. How unfortunate. Would have been much easier. We could get him out of the party, put somebody else in. Alright, we're in it for the money this time. I don't have a diamond to give you. back. Well, that was quick. That was quick. This little kitty. I gotta find a diamond sooner or later. Ah, I missed. Alrighty, back. Got healer pretty quick. Alright, she had the ribbon. It was really meant for her to begin with. Fogs, orbs, wind, water, wind, and elemental defense. Damage reduced by 50. I don't think anybody else would need it anyways. Alright, so you still gotta learn Holy and a Suna. He's done learning stuff. Got initiative. He's done learning stuff. Restores targets HP. So if I hit them, it will heal. Is that what that does? We don't need that. Status effect on a weapon. Oh. really think Dragon Killer has been very effective, to be honest with you. Let's see. Antibody would help her defend against his venom attack. We can put accuracy on. Heal. We are healed. It's the kitty. Give me a diamond, meow. Let's... let's try... Let's see how our luck is. Shitty. Our luck is shitty. And there we have it, the dragon. Bye. Ah, the cats. Really want experience, although the AP is the same. Terrestrial rage. It healed them. Oh, so much for that. Money. Here, dragon, dragon, dragon. Alright, so she got all that, so we can take her back to her holy lance, which is stronger. Still working on the holy. Done with that flute, so we can give her back to Amelin. Really, she just needs holy. She's all done, but we're using her for death. She's all done. We can get on the ship and get Amarant and start working on him a little bit. Alright, so he's got two we need to work on. We start with Scissor Fangs. Cover, auto regen. That's a green beret on. I think we'll do the gold hairpin because that should be quicker. Fade would go down to 0. All right. There's our magic. We do at least one more battle. Dragon, dragon, dragon. You know, honestly speaking, if Amaret's going to be like a martial artist, he really should have more than one claw. He only fights with one claw on his one hand. To have one on both. Sort of like Yang from Final Fantasy IV. Pass auto life and regen on one party member. Makes them weak to some elemental property. Hit. Always been Tran. Kitty cat in trouble. I will be back in a few minutes. All right. We are back. And we're fighting more dragons. We're going to fight some more dragons. Trying to get everybody wrapped up here. He's got a few things he's got to do now. And she's got just the one, which she's about done with. And she can't spread it. She's all done. There he is. Gaia. Die, dragon. Tiger Fangs from Final Fantasy VI. It hit a lot harder, and he's going to learn to revive. It's a good one to have. whatever it is. They'll learn cover and revive. Revive shouldn't take too long. Kitty cats. Kitty, kitty, kitty. He's back. Gato. Give me diamond. You give me a diamond. Alright. We are going to move on. The only thing he's missing is cover. That's not any big deal. We'll just keep it on him. See if we can get that thieves armlet thing. There it is. Both of them can use it, actually. Help if I looked in the right place. Master Thief. Drops magic evasion down though. Fade goes up and speed goes up. Let's see here. I missed it. There it is. Steal better items. Well, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's see here. We're going to keep auto life on. We can take accuracy off. Steal better items in combination with a higher success rate and dealing damage when you steal. We'll probably keep that accuracy. That would be good to have. I'm going to take something off. Turn magic would be a good one for him as well. Don't want him confused. Don't really want him silenced either. We want to try to... You know what? Let's take that off and let's put turn magic on. Choose active magic. But we don't know what it does. I don't think I have one, do I? I do have one in stock. Find that. I do not have a reflect ring. We'll take a Medane's ring. I don't know what the combat boots would do. The battle boot. I think I have more than one winged edge. We're not really using the feather boot. Check on the Medane ring. Alright, we got 2 Medane rings, that's good. We got 2 anklets, so we could definitely do that. Auto reflect. What's the boots do? Stuff we already have. Raises defense, magic defense, lowers spirit. Raises magic defense, lowers everything else. Good for magic evasion, everything else not so much. Alright. Going down. Good thing there's grass there, huh? Goodness. All right, so we did get some new abilities here. Let's see. We got that we're working on. He's got Eye Strike, High Tide, Auto Life. He's got all the the Aga spells, return magic, and flare. Reflect times 2. I wonder what that is. Working on magic. Doubles the strength of spells by using reflect. So I guess you would put reflect on you and it would be stronger. You know, time will slip up on you if you're not careful. It happens to me all the time. Speaking of which, that is all the time I have. Thank you for coming and watching. If you are new to the channel, you hit that follow button. That's going to be it for the week for me. We'll be back on Monday. We'll be playing some more Oblivion. Then Tuesday, Fallout 4. Wednesday, Chained Echoes. Thursday, we'll get back to some more Final Fantasy 9. And we'll enter that castle right there and continue on with the story. I appreciate your support. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.